Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. The Dire team is now picking their bans. Patience while the Radiant team chooses. 5 seconds from reserve time. Dire team, Radiant team pick. 5 seconds from reserve time.
I think Ember's harder. Ember's harder than Naga.
Yeah.
The thing about Naga, she has really good farming potential too. Like, she can actually farm well. I think SLTV is actually harder to play than Naga too. Because it's harder to farm.
I want to agree with you, but I don't know, man.
You don't know?
I just don't know.
It's questionable.
SLTV is...
Maybe I don't know.
What's hard about SLTV? You blink in, slithering.
It's hard to farm up with them and know when to overextend.
Same with Naga. It's not easy to farm.
Naga, all you do is you send your illusions in. You're at no risk of dying because your illusions are in there. I don't know. I think Naga's more up my alley. I view her as an easier hero because she doesn't really have to put herself at risk as opposed to a melee like manly type of hero.
Okay.
Like SLTV has a very high risk of dying in fights. Naga doesn't or shouldn't. So
okay.
I guess it depends on playstyle. For me, it's like a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like I'm awful with SLTV doses.
So this is a 10 out of 10 on difficulty.
I say Ember. Ember is 10 out of 10. He is hard.
Ember, he really is.
He's like super hard. His skills are.
To be able to do the like bola sleight of fist thing takes a lot of practice. You gotta get that timing.
His fiery remnant use is very difficult.
High skill cap.
He's difficult to farm with.
Even the timing on Flame Guard is important. It's not just a one and done kind of passive.
Yeah. Do you want to use it like aggressively to do damage, or do you want to use it defensively to take damage? Right. And it's a really long cooldown. I would say Ember is 10 out of 10.
Radiant team ban.
TA is kind of hard.
Nah, TA. I think the hardest thing about her is refraction and trap usage, but you have so many traps.
You have a lot of traps.
You have like 11 traps.
Refraction timing, lining up the side blades, all about those angles.
Yeah, generally you don't worry about side blade damage. It's too difficult to execute later. You need to worry about not dying.
See, look at that. Look at that. It's too difficult. It's so hard that you don't even worry about it. To me, that's a 10 out of 10. That's 10 out of 10 talk right there, Melini.
TA's pretty hard. I say TA's harder than Naga too. You have to worry about not dying. Naga, you don't have to worry about not dying. But anyways, back to these two teams. We see Rox.KIS in action for the Trace time today. They are on the Dire, and they have been 1-1. Go Black will be drafting yet again. And for Team Cleave, we have Stress as the drafter introducing the rest of the lineup because I have never seen them before. Stress, XAKOH, Zeko, Lolik, Lolik.
I think it's Lolik, and then the O is...
Lolik,
actually, we've been calling him Lolik, but
I call him Mr. O.
Mr. O. That sounds like the bad guy from that Spider-Man movie.
We have Yamaha, the stand-in, and Roger with a weird spelling.
Oh my
5 seconds
God,
remaining.
I hate that Frosted Flakes commercial.
And it's like Roger ER. He's gonna send you to the emergency room after this game.
Roger. So, Team Cleave, there is one standout, and it is actually in that Rox.KIS first ban. They have a good Tinker player, and he does flux. I know you're going to ask. It's actually Lolik.
He fluxes properly?
He was fluxing.
He must if Rox.KIS bans him first.
Yeah,
first ban. Like,
that's a legit respect ban. Lolik is a pretty good Tinker. I got to see it on day 1 with Gods, and
it's ownage?
I don't think they won. They were either up against Navi or Alliance, so it was a hard match, but they gave him a run for their money. It was a close-ish game. So it went on for more than 25 minutes.
Their Tinker, I also think is a 10.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Because if you count him as a hard carry in that
I would count him as a carry.
Yeah, I think he could fit there. Tinker's he's
at
least a 9.
Because your one position is farm priority, not necessarily just like the carry role. It's like who you give the most of the farm to, and you usually give most of the farm to Tinker. I'd say so.
Yeah.
Maybe 1.5. But he's like a 9 or 10. He's really hard.
Yeah, definitely. Medusa's not particularly easy either.
Medusa? Dude, you just split shot, you just sit there.
Yeah, but she's so bad. It's hard to win with her.
It's hard to win with her, but as far as carries go, all you need to do is follow. You have to rely on your team a lot more.
Okay.
As far as execution in team fights, you press R when they're focusing you, and then you stand still and you split shot, and you hope that you hit heroes.
Okay. Who would you say is 1 out of 10? Easiest to execute, hard carry?
Medusa's pretty low on there.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I would have said Spectre, maybe.
Spectre, no.
Spectre?
I think his dagger usage is somewhat difficult, and not dying with him. Farming, how are you supposed to farm up with Spectre? He's hard to farm with.
So is SLTV.
That's why I put SLTV up there.
10 seconds remaining.
It's not that hard. I mean, you just hit the creeps. It's not.
Yeah, you've hit the creeps for 15 minutes straight in the safe lane, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. Once you get the Radiance, it becomes easy. But Spectre is pretty, like, He just seems easy. Like, what do you mean dagger usage? It's
Dagger
point
usage
and click,
to not die.
Yeah, you just,
10 seconds remaining.
what's hard about it?
You have to position yourself close to the trees, but you have to position yourself close enough to the
5
creeps too.
seconds
You have to
remaining.
stand far enough away from the trees so you don't fog yourself when people are trying to gank you. I don't know. It's not that difficult.
Reserve
It's
time.
not that easy. It's not that difficult.
Freudian slip.
I play Spectre a lot actually.
Yeah.
But I've used Slark way harder than Spectre. But I'm also terrible with Slark. Like Dark Pack usage, that's just not easy.
I think Slark is more difficult than Spectre for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, going back to the draft, we see Rox.KIS going with a mass extreme minus armor strategy with Elder Titan, Slar, Dazzle. There might be like a Shadow Fiend last or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Shadow Fiend's gonna get crapped on by Clock, Storm, and Lifestealer though.
So this is the team though. This is statistically speaking, Rox.KIS are undefeated when they have Slardar and
Radiant
Dazzle.
team
The same
ban.
team on this patch. They don't get to draft it in tandem very often, but they're quite good with it. And this is that same tri-lane that we saw before. I hope it's actually a tri-lane this time though. Maybe an aggressive tri. You mentioned Slardar doesn't work so well in the aggro crag aggressive tri-lanes, but I think with these
We saw him
Time
dominate
now
last
for the
week.
Dire
Abaddon's
Team
very
choose.
good versus Lifestealer. He's like
Patience
amazing
while the
versus Lifestealer.
Radiant
He's not that
team
good versus
chooses.
Disruptor and Clock, but at the same time, I didn't think he was that good last game. But they went on to win in like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Ooh, Night Stalker. I like this. This
Interesting.
is very aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, the silence to deal with the Storm Spirit, and the
Timber Saw would
Slardar's-
be such a good pick here.
Slaughter's all about the
They have
mid
Clockwork.
game, early mid. Yeah, Timber would be good.
Dude, Timber would be amazing. They have 4 strength heroes and a Dazzle. This is like a Timber game if I've ever seen one.
10 seconds remaining.
Yep.
Too bad they can't really do it here. I mean, unless you want to do a
5
single
seconds
support
remaining.
or Storm Spirit support. I mean, Clockwork's a good here. This is like one
Lifestealer
game
jungle.
where
Reserve
Lifestealer
time.
jungle. Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Honestly, it would almost be worth it because Timber would just do so
Yeah,
much
but at the same time, you need to shut down Slaughter and lane though.
Yeah, you gotta do something.
And they're gonna do they're gonna have the CM for that. So I like Rox.KIS's lineup a little bit more because they have the mass minus armor. They have the nice protect Slara synergy, and there's a lot of stuff that he can shield off. Shield off the electric vortex, shield off Lifestealer open wound, shield off some frostbite, make him do some deeps. And they have Night Stalker for other ways of initiation too, so it's not all in the Slardar. And Night Stalker's like a beastly all up in your. They have like an all up in your face lineup. Like
Oh yeah.
they can just run right past the front line. Clockwork's gonna have his work cut out for him.
Yeah.
I think he's probably one of the most important heroes on Cleave. If he doesn't make big cogs plays and big hookshot plays, Rox.KIS is just gonna trample them.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
Lifestealer, though, we've talked about, he's not what he used to be, and I
5
don't know. I mean, I
seconds
guess this is a
remaining.
pretty good Lifestealer game just because
Yeah.
it's so melee heavy.
No, there's so much minus armor, dude. I don't think he can stack up during rage.
Yeah.
Like if Elder Titan and Slaughter Amp and Weave are on him, he's gonna be sitting at like minus 20 armor.
Yeah, that's true. And is this one of these games where is it like even worth trying to stack
Prepare for
armor? Like could
battle.
Cleave go for like an early Vlad's, try and get out of fast
Well, they don't have that much
AC?
magic damage. Is the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think Vlad's. It's like an armlet AC game.
But well, okay, still, but just like get a whole bunch
Yeah.
of armor items. Like, is that still worthwhile against
Yeah.
all this minus armor, or is it
Yeah,
almost?
it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, still. I guess that's good. Try and counteract some of the effects.
Ghost Scepter.
Ghost. This is a Ghost Scepter game if I've ever seen one.
Not for Lifestealer.
Not for.
Well, Storm Spirit's also going to have to do a lot of work, too. He's going to need his Orchid so they can shut down either Abaddon or Dazzle. But, I mean, without the Orchid, they can just go to town. They can just constantly just make Slaughter Superman. And we're seeing a shift away from a Wisp Superman into a Dazzle and Abaddon Superman.
That's the
And
spirit.
it's kind of cool because you can't shut both of them down. Like, if you go on Dazzle, Abaddon will heal you. If you go on Abaddon, he has borrowed time.
30
Dazzle will
seconds
heal
to
you. So,
battle.
like, it's
That's
a tough life.
That's why Abaddon and Dazzle, like, they're not the best two supports because they don't bring a lot of, like, hard stuns. You know, they're not like having a Bane, Crystal Maiden or something like that. So as long as you can pick heroes that have slows and stuns that complement those heroes, it's okay. Dazzle has his Interrupt mini stun that transitions into a real stun eventually, but in lane, if you put those, like, those two supports with anyone aggressive like a Slardar,
The only thing I don't like about them is they can't rotate. Like, what is Abaddon gonna do when he rotates level 1 or 2? Nothing.
nothing. You gotta get that casual Avernus, man. Then you can do something if you
Yeah,
rotate.
so it's like it can't punish a weak solo mid. It can't punish a Storm Spirit solo mid like they have on the opposite team. It can't shut down a Shadow Fiend, and
We
it
now
also
return
can't
to our
punish like
regularly
weak safe
scheduled
lane or off lane
carnage.
heroes, unless they're in a 3-on-1 situation.
Yeah, you're
It's also
definitely
really
right
poor at zoning out heroes too.
Let's
They
get
only have
back
one
to the
range.
action.
But
Yeah,
all in
well,
all,
that is not a bad strong suit for sure, but I would love to see an Abaddon going level 1 Curse of Avernus and just start chasing people down.
With Boots Oov, that would be sick.
That would be...
I've done that before.
Is it good?
I killed the Nature Prophet. I think we won the game.
Alright, well, I'll take it. Uh-oh, Yol, he's in some trouble. He might have to skill that Shallow Grave. Nope, they won't pursue it. But holding on to that point, as all good Dazzles should. And he'll survive.
No.
Yeah, he does.
Have we introduced lineups?
No, we have not.
Okay.
I'll start us off here. I want to introduce Team Cleave.
Team who? Just kidding.
We've got Yamaha tagged up as a stand-in down here in the bottom solo safe lane. Roll in the mid. We've got Lolik playing on the Storm Spirit, zip-zapping around. We've got Roger playing on the Crystal Maiden, Stress on the Disruptor, and Zacho playing on the Clockwork.
And on Rox.KIS, we have Godlike Invisible about to go on Roger right now.
Oh, Roger, you're in some trouble. He got the Aphotic Shield. Beautiful cogs coming out for that Clockwork, but Roger will still fall.
I think this guy's good too.
Yeah, this guy's looking like he's in some trouble. Zacho, I don't know how to say that name, but oh wow, not off to a good start here.
They not see that Invis rune. I don't know. Like they had observer wards. And they also almost killed the Dazzle. I don't know what happened to the Invisible. Maybe they were just too busy going on the Dazzle. But this is an awful start for Cleave. Anyways, introducing Rox.KIS, we have Godlike, the Drafter, and the Capitan on the Abaddon. We have 633 on the StarLadder already, 001 on him. Yol on the Dazzle, 101 on him. Solo mid, we have Solo on the Night Stalker. And last but not least, we have the offlane Solo Elder Titan with Sadori. So what he had a ridiculously good Clockwork the other game.
Yep, and he's doing pretty well on Elder Titan to get things started up against the Lifestealer. At least in this early phase before Lifestealer gets phase boots, Elder Titan can do just fine in lane. And he's racking up those last hits, 9-1 to the 7-2 Lifestealer. Now up top, SLTV is actually not farming so well. He's been busy killing heroes. He's only 3-0. But he is 0-0-1. Actually, he only got one of the assists for those 2 kills they got up top, which is rather unfortunate for the Slytherin guard.
I think it might have been better for them to just have Clockwork up top, so I'm not exactly sure why CM and Disruptors started up here.
Sort of an odd aggro tri-lane. Yeah, it's a strange position. I guess they figure that Lifestealer doesn't need too much help against the Elder Titan.
Yeah, but why didn't they just do Lifestealer top if they're going to do a tri-lane?
Oh my, I'm so sorry. I missed that kill in mid. Wow. Did you see it, Merlini?
No.
Oh,
well, it was a Dazzle.
haste.
Apparently, he got a haste. But again, they have a ward here. How do they keep dying to these runes when they have 2 wards on the top river? So
not 1, but 2.
Cleave is just. I mean, this shouldn't happen in the early game. They are way far behind, and with this sort of start, Rox.KIS has one of the most formidable early mid lineups that I've seen.
Yeah, this is a very snowball lineup.
It's not even nighttime yet.
Yeah. Night Stalker and SLTV are like kind of your definition of snowball heroes, and when they get a start like this, that's usually a sign for a bad time. And even just Dazzle and Elder Titan, that is a hero pairing that is so potent. Once he gets those points of natural order mixed with Weave, oh man, people just melt.
Zap.
Zip, zap, zap.
We see Disruptor TPing down bottom. They want to get on the scoreboard right now. They want to kill this Sadoi, level 4. He's going to be fairly difficult, 650 HP with the Stout Shield. Does the Crystal Maiden have Crystal Nova? Nope, just Frostbite and Aura, so I don't know about this. It's going to be risky.
Going to be tricky. There's the Frostbite to start things off. Stress coming around, but there is support from the mid lane. Abaddon is here. Sadoi, don't run from your friend. He wants to save you. He will throw a Mist Coil. There's the Aphotic Shield. He was trying to man up on CM. Won't find that kill. And that's it. They won't be able to finish off Elder Titan. Actually, Godlike doing a fair bit of return damage. If only he had that casual Avernus.
What a positioning. Oh, what good positioning by Godlike there. Being there at the right place at the right time to save Sadoi. He was going in deep, but knowing that he had that blackout, was in no position to die.
Yep.
Nighttime is on. They will see Solo get this regen rune, and this is
scary.
This is the beginning of terrible things.
It's all like Teflon, Merlini. Solo is ready to start cruising around.
They've been able to utilize this creep pool so much to pour Zacho on that Clockwork. Only level 4. He is almost out leveled by the Dazzle.
Yeah, and he will throw some cogs. Yol, he'll be okay. Down bottom, the Elder Titan, he's in some trouble. And, yep, he's going to get taken out, so they'll finally be able to finish him off. That rotation from Disruptor will prove worth it. now Lawlick in some trouble. He is not level 6. He's going to do some fancy work, eating trees here. They'll dive this tower. Abaddon taking a lot of the heat. He's only level 3. We'll throw the shield out on Solo. They just don't have the damage, though. The tower doing way too much in return. Go Black will be forced out.
It's so hard to dive into Remnant, too, as melee heroes. Remnant does so much damage for a level 1 spell. Yeah. It's just short cooldown.
Yeah, 140 at level 1. Man, that is huge. And
it's only 70 mana. It's so damage efficient.
Yep. Kind of like the Aphotic Shield. It does 110 damage at level 1, which is
I think
relatively a lot. For level 1 damage. Riptide as well. That's another one that has really good early, but like
Shadow Wave too. My goodness.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't even get me started about the Shadow Wave.
So all in all, farm wars, it's about even in terms of CS. I'd say Lifestealer's on top, but the two mid heroes are about even. Gold lead just slightly in favor of Rox.KIS, about 600 gold, and that's just pretty much first blood plus 1 more kill. So all in all, things aren't going too badly for Team Cleave. Night Stalker has not picked up a kill yet, except from that mid one that Dazzle was involved in.
Yeah, man. Oh, I see a ping on the mid lane. They'll get a kill onto the Night Stalker as Disruptor rotates in. Wow,
that's important.
Yeah, just slow.
Dire's middle tower is
under attack.
Go Lawlick. So I was looking at farms. Lifestealer is actually the leading farmer right now, which is pretty darn important.
He has his Midas already, 6 minutes in.
It's the fast Midas.
That's a good farmer right there.
He went Midas first though, not even boots. So that is like just about the fastest Midas you can get in terms of items. Up top, uh-oh, there's the zip zap. He'll find Yol. He gets the grave off. That wand really coming in handy there. Dazzle should be able to survive this. We'll have just enough mana for a heal. And it's not over yet though. Lawlick, he pops forward. And he does get finished off actually by a Clockwork Flare. Now, while all that's happening down bottom, they get a kill on the Lifestealer. The Solo did rotate down.
That's a big kill, too.
Yep.
Wow. I thought Slaughter was level 6 and he hadn't picked up Amp. But he's not level 6
yet. They made a beeline for Radiant's bottom tower.
Is this a Vanguard game? I don't think so. I never think it's a Vanguard game, though.
No, I mean, against the Lifestealer, Vanguard's not too bad. But Lifestealer going Midas first, he's not going to be hitting you anytime soon. I think that Blink, just to get some more control, should be fine. And also, I mean, he's got plenty of support. He's got a Dazzle and Abaddon to back him up. I don't think he needs the tankiness from Vanguard. He's already going to have additional survivability that he wouldn't have otherwise.
I second that. But if you say not to get Vanguard is a good idea, then I will always second that.
Yeah.
Say no more.
I'm waiting for the day when you argue in favor of a Vanguard.
I think it's good versus mass summons. Like if you're versus like Chen and Nature's Prophet and you need a tank.
Chen and they go all Necro books. You can just
it's not bad.
Get a Vanguard.
Yeah, it's not bad there.
Yeah. Still a
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yep. It's a rare situation. The Vanguard's a good item.
Yeah. They're going to dive this tier 1 tower mid. Night is just about to end, so Night Stalker needs to be a little bit cautious here. There is support nearby as well, and they will.
He doesn't even have one value point in silence. Like, how are you going to kill a Storm Spear with that one value point?
You're right. That is kind of an odd build. Elder Titan. He'll come around the backside. He is going the 0440 build, it appears, right now at level 6. Does have 3 points in the Spirit and 3 points in Natural Order. No Earth Splitter.
Sometimes you go well on Earth Splitter for if you have like a Clockwork or something to initiate or Disruptor.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yep. Abaddon close to level 5. No value point in Avernus. I'm still keeping an eye out for it. We can only hope, right?
I think it's level 10 value point.
It's level 10 value point. And SLTV is just farming away in the top lane. He's trailing Lifestealer by just about 9 last hits or so. Not too bad. That Midas is where things are really going to start to get scary, though.
Rox.KIS has not really been putting on as much pressure as I expected him to.
Especially after the aggressive start that they got. They started off really strong, and
Night Stalker's kind of just played it cool, aside from that one kill on bottom.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to shut down Lawlick, but unfortunately they weren't able to make it happen, and now I understand why. Still no point in the silence. It just seems like a strange build.
It's strange against a Storm, I'd say, or like a Puck. If you don't have the silence, like it's just, you can't kill them. Unless they overextend, but they don't have any reason to overextend. They just need Lifestealer to be nice and fat, and hopefully slow down Slaughter's blink. Oh, he's going with Vanguard.
Is he really?
Game's over.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but it's definitely momentum based. The Lifestealer will no doubt out-carry them, but I still worry about their the Radiant side for the team fight presence of having the Dazzle and the Elder Titan mixed together. even if a Lifestealer is out farming them, just the amount of damage they'll be able to put out on not only the Lifestealer, but the supports as well is pretty scary. Solo getting very aggressive down here at the bottom. He's going to try to port out the safety, but that ain't happening. Now GoBlack comes in. He's only level 5. He's going to die as well. Rox.KIS, what are you doing? Oh, no. This is just a disaster. He gets the suicide, which is hard for us to say a positive, but wow.
That's a little bit deep. Solo has just not been doing a good job of controlling the tempo of this game.
Yeah.
That's what Night Stalker does.
That was just an unnecessary dive, though, against a Disruptor who's level 6. I mean, you should be pretty aware that a Static Storm
I don't think they knew that he was there. I think they wanted to bait out a TP and then buy time for Slaughter to farm and waste that opponent's time. But the Disruptor was there at the right place at the right time, locked him in. And this is why Abaddon's just not that useful. Like, what is he going to do? Run in the static field or the kinetic field and die himself? Like, he can't shield him away because he can't run away. He's forced to TP, but he didn't have enough shield to keep him alive.
Ooh, Sadoy's in some trouble in the mid as Lolek pops forward. Oh, no, this Storm is going to start balling out of control here, Merlini. He had a double damage rune on, which made that a little bit easier, but he just hopped forward and just juiced him.
Yeah, the rune control.
On the way of Team Cleave. Now, GoBlack and Yol are down bottom. GoBlack starting to pick up some last hits. He really needs level 6. That's when Abaddon starts to become a little bit more of a threat. At least when he can, you know, kind of be that front liner, take some damage, and be brave. Lolek looks like he is going to go for a quick Orchid. He does have that Robe of the Magi once again. Smart choice here. We talked about it a little bit earlier. If he could, especially if he can get it up nice and early, could be a huge momentum shifter. Oh, GoBlack. He's going to be in some trouble here. They're going to wrap around the tree line. He doesn't have a port. Looks like he's going to buy one here, but no.
He can do that.
Yeah, this is an easy kill. Spent a little bit of that gold.
Nice try with the deny though.
Yeah. Fortunately off the mark. Now support comes in for Rox.KIS though. Yamaha, he's going to make the right idea to just rage port out. Nice glimpse back. Will buy them some time, but it might not be enough. Night Stalker will die. He gets caught inside of the kinetic field and Static Storm. Roger just trying to move around the trees, but that minus armor mixed with an actual ardor. That is scary. Hook shot in from the Clockwork that just ported though. He's low on mana, and I don't think he's going to be able to do much here. Storm now joining the fray. They did pick off the Disruptor around the backside, but now the remaining forces of Rox.KIS will start to join the fray. Lolek, he will get unsilenced. He's low on mana, even though he's zipping around. I don't know if he can survive this. Now he's totally dry. And of course, they have vision, compliments of that amplified damage. Clockwork gets finished off by the Abaddon. A nice burst foil there to secure the kill. And Lolek will hop back. Still a nice team fight for Rox.KIS, though.
Clockwork needed more mana. He wasn't able to drop his cogs.
They made a beeline for Radiant's bottom tower.
He hooked in, and yeah, that was like one of those ports where it probably would have been better just to not port.
Yeah, I think he used a bottle. Like, bottle on offline Clockwork is pretty standard.
Yeah, I mean, just he couldn't do anything there. After the hook shot, there was no follow-up. Even like if he had a teammate there as well to follow up with him, maybe it would have been worth it. But
yeah, also wasted a lot of mana zipping on a Night Stalker with the, when Night Stalker had Urn on, and he's just not going to be able to kill. But Night Stalker has picked up that 1 level Crippling Fear, proved to be pretty useful that fight, and Slaughter well on his way to Blink Dagger. 1,600 gold, 13 minutes in with the Treads and the Vanguard. Things are looking pretty poor for Cleave, because once he gets his, it's just the start of nighttime right now, so Cleave can't really exert any pressure, not that much pressure at least. And Slaughter's gonna have his blink in about 1 or 2 minutes, maybe even sooner if they do Roche.
And I love this play from Rox.KIS. They move straight into the Roche pit. It gets scouted out by Clockwork, but they don't even really care. Great thing about being dire with a Slardar and a Night Stalker is right around this time, this night cycle, oh gosh, is Roche easy peasy, minus armor. Night Stalker going crazy.
Wait, we may see a Storm Zip. Be ready for it. There's an Infest Bomb. They know what's up.
This could get crazy. Clockwork's been scouting it out. They need to finish off Roche soon. There's the zip in. Might be a little bit early. Hook shot to follow up. Out comes the Grave. Who's going to be the first to fall? It will be Storm. It looks like Rox.KIS will have the sustain to handle it. Roshan falls to the Radiant. Lifestealer the one to grab the Aegis, so this has at least been somewhat successful. Lifestealer gets dropped though. Aegis is proc. Clockwork is now fallen. And the Elder Titan, he'll pop up as well.
Holy crap, that freezing field.
Oh, CM. Roger with the plays. He's going to send him to the ER. And
that was huge. That was one of the well, it was a sick Roshan defend,
Dire's
and
top
it was
tower
all
under
because of
attack.
Clockwork setting up with those really nice rockets just to scout them out. He scouted them out at like 80%, and then at like 40%, and then a nice infest bomb. Yeah, Storm gave up his life, but they got so much out of that, and they only lost the Aegis pretty much, and they just stole that right under from Rox.KIS.
Yeah, and look at this gold graph. All of a sudden, a big shift in momentum in favor of Team Cleave. And it's sort of unfortunate for Rox.KIS. It seemed like once Cleave initiated, they weren't sure what they were going to do. Were Cleave going to go for Roche, or were they going to go for Heroes? And Rox.KIS went for the Heroes when Cleave went for Roche. So they got the last hit on Roche and the Aegis on Lifestealer. And if Rox.KIS could have just focused Roche and maybe gotten the Aegis for themselves, if they had gotten at least one of the two, that would have gone a little bit different.
I think they felt a little bit too comfortable with the weave on. The thing is, they were all clumped, which is just heaven for Lifestealer.
Yeah, that
Oh, sorry,
bomb.
not Lifestealer, for Disruptor.
Well, still the Infest bomb.
I'm afraid Radiant's middle tower is under
I mean, they're just
siege.
sitting on top of the remnant, getting hit by the Infest. They had to pop Grave immediately, and Roshan was still pumping into fools.
Yep. So unfortunate
Radiant's
for
middle
Rox.KIS,
tower is
though. We
under
still have an
attack.
even game on our hands. Now we have a game on our hands, I guess I should say, as things are getting interesting here. Go Black coming around the tree line, scouting things out a little bit.
I'm afraid
Amplified
Radiant's
damage
middle
comes
tower
out
is
on the
under
Storm.
siege.
Rox.KIS getting very aggressive here. They
Radiant's
will go
middle
ahead and
tower
engage
is
onto the
near
Lifestealer. Go Black is level 7 now, does have borrowed time. It will actually proc. Very little damage to follow up. Earth Splitter flies, completely whiffs. And they do secure the tower kill, though, so at least that's something for Rox.KIS. They will take the tower advantage further, now 2-0. And, well, they avoid death there, at the very least.
So now what does Rox.KIS do? They have about 2 minutes left until the end of nighttime, but they have the SLTV blink, so are they going to push to be aggressive? They have a pretty small window to do so, and there is an Infest Bomb inside Storm Spirit. They are ready for a gank on somebody.
They don't know who, but they're ready.
Here's the smoke. Man, I like this play from Cleave. They're bringing the fight to Rox.KIS. It might not be the best idea, but it's actually catching them off guard. So the element of surprise is never to be underestimated.
And Go Black's ultimate is still on cooldown. He can be a good target of choice. They'll drop him very quickly. SLTV hops in, but it may be to his demise. There's a kinetic field down. It will be an easy 2-0 to get things started. Joel walks right into the Static Storm. It's going to be a 4-0, maybe even more. Slowlo comes in. He will at least pick up a couple of kills. Will they be able to finish him off, though? The zip forward for an additional slow. The glimpse back. Solo in trouble, but it is nighttime. He's just
Missed
too
that
darn
kinetic
fast.
go. Wow, that could have been a lot better, but still 4 for 2 is pretty good, especially considering that's nighttime for Rox.KIS.
Yeah.
So they took advantage of that very small
It looks
window
like they're
where
getting off
Abaddon
the
had his
Dire's middle
ultimate down
tower.
and was in a very
Radiant's
vulnerable
bottom tower
position.
is
So
under attack.
very nicely played by Team Cleave. That's what I like. They just completely caught Rox.KIS by surprise. Who ganks a Night Stalker at
They
nighttime
made a
in a
beeline
5-on-5
for
situation
Radiant's
at their
bottom
T1?
tower.
They're
Team Cleave
just
does.
crazy enough to do it.
Yeah,
That was also a good read on the Abaddon. He had about 8 seconds left on his ultimate when he went down. The perfect target.
There was
to go
no
for it,
grave.
and he just got completely juiced. Yeah, Dazzle was trying to save the grave. It's only level 1. He's going for this very aggressive Dazzle build that I am generally a fan of, with 4 points and poison touch. But that means you got to be very selective about who you grave with that 60-second cooldown. And right, you saw him right trying to cast it, and then he just walked into the Static
The
Storm
range
and
is
just
butt.
keeled over.
The range is 550.
Yeah.
It's less than his attack.
Ranges.
Oh no, his attack is 500. I thought he was 600 range hero.
Yeah, but no, the range is pretty dumpy. It was a great Static Storm, though, coming out from the Disruptor. He used it right as Dazzle was looking to grave and throw a heal to keep himself alive, and he walked into the Static Storm, and that was the end of it. Well
He's actually
played.
pretty far. 3-1-7 Disruptor with point boost and Embracer and 800 gold to boot. My.
He's working
He's
towards...
he is the absolute worst on the last hit chart too, but he is number 6 on the net worth. So it's all about kills.
So, yeah, he has a lot of assists as well. He's 3-1-7, so he's been involved in 10 of those 14 kills. Stress has been very active
Neither
this game.
team has a mech until now. So Elder Titan finally has one. So this may be the swing in momentum that Rox.KIS has been looking for. They tried to get it with Roshan, didn't work out. Tried to gank through nighttime, didn't work out. Now finally with a mech, I think they can force him 5-on-5.
Yep. No mech even in production for Team Cleave, which is, well, not ideal. I think on Clockwork it might have been a good choice.
Production, they crank him out on the
And Bad, yeah, he's in some trouble. He'll get caught inside the cogs. He does have borrowed time up, though. Smart play from Clockwork not to use the battery assault until after the borrowed time. Oh, I like this Clockwork. They get the kill on a Bad. SLTV comes in and actually does connect with the Slithering Crush. In comes the Elder Titan as well. Earthsplitter doesn't do a hell of a lot. but they do get a nice weave off. Looking for a kill on Stress, but the cogs!
Wow.
Oh, that was a value cog right
That
there.
disruptor.
Bottom tower has
Jeez.
fallen.
Living
Sent
life
the
on
Slaughterer
edge.
back into the Static Storm, dropped the Static Storm as they were coming up the hill, caught 3 of them in a kinetic field, and managed to TP out to safety. Okay, Disruptor, good hero.
This hero,
I like
man,
Disruptor.
he really is a playmaker.
He's fun to watch, too.
He really is. Something a little hard for the camera, I will admit. The glimpse is a little bit off-putting at times.
What would
but
you say his
definitely
skill cap as a support is?
skill cap as a support? Ooh, he's got to be a solid 7 at least, if not
I
higher.
would say he's like a 8.
8?
Boy, he's
Yeah, maybe
hard.
an 8.
He has very high potential to make big plays.
That's true. And actually, you know what? 7 is not right. He's an 8 or a 9 because as we saw in that last game, you can very easily screw it up as well. He glimpsed that tide, and then what did he do? Turned around, and that was the beginning of the team.
The
wipe.
instant cast Static Storm is just
Yeah.
by far his most important spell, I think, and the most difficult to use. Probably it's like very obvious to go through, and we see a storm.
Killing
Plus
spree.
bomb up top. Yeah.
He just got obliterated.
Yeah, not much Solo can do. It's daytime. The Infest Bomb. This is where Lifestealer is starting to ball out of control a little bit.
He's 0, 1, and
9.5K.
10.
Yeah,
he has a
dude.
lot of money.
Yeah, hell yeah, he does. He's out of control. He had that super early Midas. They haven't punished it whatsoever.
Oh, hello,
Glimpse
Glimpse.
back on the Abaddon. Go Black does have borrowed time available.
Again.
Will it be enough, though? It's not looking like it. There's the static field, and there's the kinetic field as well. And, man, Static Storm part.
Solo buyback for this?
Yeah, he certainly did. It's going to be a dieback as well. It's still daytime. He doesn't have an ultimate available. Oh, Solo. Nowhere to go. Yep, that's it. And around the backside, SLTV did get a kill on the Crystal Maiden. There's another fight breaking out here. Clockwork will survive. He's going to try and venture over towards his teammates. And there's going to be another fight here. SLTV hops forward. He finishes off Lolek. Stress does get hit by the Slithering Crush, although he does get off the Glimpse. It doesn't matter. He'll still go down. So they get some recovery kills, makes it a slightly better exchange.
It's a 3-4-3 at the end of the day.
Yeah, if you count both kills on Night Stalker.
Abaddon, Night Stalker for Disruptor, Storm.
That's really bad, though. Of all the heroes that have a dieback in the mid-game, right around the 20-minute mark, Night Stalker is probably one of the worst.
Storm also bought his item before, too.
Yeah.
So he's still doing pretty well on his way
And
forward.
if you look at Night Stalker's inventory, he's got a Mithril Hammer Ogre Club. If he didn't buy back and then die again there, he would have been close to the BKB. And now he's really far off the mark, which is a huge item on that hero. So things looking less
SLTV
than
almost has
ideal.
AC, though. He's getting big and fat.
Yeah, SLTV's getting chunky.
But I mean, yeah, Lifestealer's getting big too, though. I think he's going armored AC. That's the optimal build, I think, versus strategy minus armor. Ruh-roh.
Yeah, Solo's just not the best.
It was all that Roche fight, man. That Roche fight completely shifted momentum in the game. It was a big play from Cleave.
We see another initiation from SLTV up top. He does catch the Clockwork. And now SLTV is in some trouble. He dives deep, but they'll also finish off the Disruptor as well. Yol gets off a beautiful grave as Storm tries to finish him off. They're going to chase down the Lifestealer now. He's in full retreat mode. We see this Dazzle taking some damage, but the sustain from Abaddon is just too much. And it will be a 3-0 up here at the top lane.
Rox.KIS StarLadder blink is so strong.
Grabbing the momentum once again. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's why we were suggesting he should have gotten it before the Vanguard. They could have done this a little bit earlier.
Yeah. I mean, it's completely caught them off guard. It was just completely, it just rocked them at the T1 again. Like, people think they're safe at a T1. Not against Storm with the Lifestealer Bomb. Not against the SLTV with a blink. They can just absolutely obliterate you. Towers don't mean jack. Gold lead almost at 0.
And
nil.
they have slowed Storm down quite a bit, but he is so close to his Orchid now. He has the recipe and just needs that last Robe of the Magi for his second Oblivion Staff. So once Orchid comes out, that'll be good for Cleave. They'll be able to start ganking a little bit more effectively. Storm can find more solo kills around the map.
Roche number 2 is up. We see 633 already blinking towards it, but Lifestealer's not up yet.
And a double damage rune down here as well. That could be huge. That
The
could
stars have aligned.
Yeah, Lifestealer is back up, though.
See this Clockwork, though, already
He's on point, man.
He is really on point with them.
I mean, that was as soon as they walked into the pit as well. As soon as he was the least bit suspicious. Go Black. He will kill out this double damage rune. He's just going to pick it up himself. Still no value point in Avernus. You were right about level 10.
There's that Orchid.
Yep, Orchid's up as well. Could be interesting, but Rox.KIS, they're not going to fall into the same trap twice. They won't move into the Roche pit thinking that they can just do it willy-nilly. They may be able to smoke in and do something crafty in like another minute or so once Cleave, or maybe right now. They will smoke up. And there's the rocket. Oh, perfect timing for that smoke. That's really unfortunate for Clockwork.
Yeah, what are they going to do now? Well, I mean, it still reveals. They're going to wait for the rocket to wear off, but it's up now.
Yeah. We got 14 seconds here before
He goes again. Now they have
another one.
It's at like 85% once he started it. They're on their way already. Is Nake's inside? Yes, he is. He already has his omelet toggle. Roach is dropping fast though.
And they do this. They need to go basically right now. Roach falling so quickly. That minus armor. There's the hook shot in. The zip. They time it well. Gets killed by the Dire, but snatched by Storm Spirit. Now the fight breaks out. Clockwork the first to get destroyed. Rage and another huge freezing field from Roger. Doing a ton of damage here, but it's going to cost him his life. They might be able to finish off this SLTV, but a shallow grave will keep him alive. Lawless with no choice but to zip to the high ground, and he will hop back down. They want this SLTV, but it will cost Lawless everything. Oh no, this hold just not going the same way for Cleave. Stress tries to port out, slithering.
Where's Lifestealer?
It's going to be a 1 for 4. He just raged and got the hell out of there.
What in the world? Where was Lifestealer? If he were there to finish off the SLTV, that fight would have been a lot different. Storm like committed all his. Why? They went all in for that. They had the Aegis. I think Rox.KIS can kind of just run away with the team now. Storm has died so many times that he's not going to have his BKB at any decent pace now. No. And SLTV living that fight means he'll have his AC, he'll get his T2, and Lifestealer just chickened out. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. Chick-fil-A style. Turn him into a sandwich. I don't know. I really don't know. I saw it. I said he raged and he just like literally ran away. He did a couple of right clicks after the Infest Bomb, and that was it. Maybe it was a miscommunication. Maybe one of their leaders called retreat and then Storm went back in. Yeah, well, I mean, it was a nice freezing field. Roger had another big play. There was just no follow-up, though.
The Storm tried to follow up. Yeah.
I honestly would guess that was a miscommunication. It looked like that someone someone made an executive call, because Storm went in as deep as he could have, and Lifestealer did the complete opposite and went in basically as little as he could have. He infested, raged, and just ran
Can you come out
and
infest mid zip? That'd be
okay. Yeah, you're right. That would have been the 10 out of 10 pussy move right there. He was a 9.5 out of 10. But like, I don't know. That just seems like a miscommunication, because Storm didn't even just. Oh, there's the silence. Lawless in trouble. He's got the infest inside. Now Yamaha, he's in some trouble. He's gonna try to go man mode against the SLTV, but it's just not gonna happen. Well, he's going to be able to hold his own for now. Clockwork coming in. He'll fall to the Night Stalker. Clockwork and Lifestealer both get dropped. Now they're on the pursuit. They want this disruptor.
Their chasing potential is just so incredibly ridiculous with the Night Stalker at night and the Sorrow with the sprint.
And stress.
They dive from pretty much where the T1 was to the T3. No problem. No death.
So that was a 4-0. That was just a complete disaster.
Looks like SLTV and Abaddon going to have another run at that undefeated.
Yeah, make it 7-0.
Sweet victory.
Sweet victory indeed, my friend. This graph going back in their favor. A very back and forth game.
The first up dip was the first Roshan, I think. The big down dip was the other Roshan.
Roche was the big deciding factor of this game.
Well, without that play, though, I think Cleave would have been in a very poor position in the first one. I'm glad this is taking risks, though. This is what I like to see from teams. Like, if you're losing, you have to take risks. If you don't, you'll just slowly get squeezed with just starvation. But yeah. If only Lifestealer had manned up.
I still just don't understand it, though, because it's not even like.
But he's so close to his AC.
Yeah. I mean,
I hate those type of players. They're like, well, I'm trying to farm from my AC, but they're like, there's this game-deciding moment where you go into Roshan and you're about to take a big fight. He looks like he might get picked off here.
Got nice glitch back into the Static Storm. No way he'll be able to grave himself. Gold Black's unborrowed time. Why did I say unborrowed? It's borrowed time. Gets picked off. Meanwhile, SLTV just solos Clockwork off on the side. Now Lolikin's in trouble. Storm is just too squishy at this point. SLTV is just having his way with him, taking the fish, slapping him around a little bit. Oh no.
Poor Lifestealer. That was.
Poor Lifestealer. Dude, you were just shitting all over him. What do you mean, poor Lifestealer?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he should feel bad.
He should. He should, definitely. That was really.
Poor guy.
Oh, that's just one of those.
Well, his team probably flaming him.
Let's say I wish we had that.
They pinged on him. I saw them ping on him.
Yeah.
They're like, WTF are you doing, man? Probably cursing at him in whatever language Cleave is from. Where are they from?
I don't know.
They're somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
That's safe to assume.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have that on my stat sheet.
I can check that out.
According to my stat sheet, they quote, stay kinda firmly inside the meta.
Radiant's middle tower is
They
near
are
wall.
rushing.
Oh yeah, they were seagull
Now
all
they're
over the
attacking
place.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Now the game's all but over. Two
Yeah,
Max down.
I mean, no, there's just no way. SLTV just hits too hard. Night Stalker's level 16. I mean, even Lifestealer has lost his spot at the top of the throne for the #1 corner. We'll see another initiation here, and Storm hops forward. SLTV taking some heavy damage. They may be able to finish him off. No, the Graves have been on point, man. This Dazzle is making some plays. Yol has really performed well. And they will keep their buddy alive. I feel like every fight this game is broken out into a bunch of mini skirmishes. But, Disruptor falls, and actually Elder Titan gets picked as well. But they actually do call it GG here, and that's it.
This was a really close game.
Yeah, it looked like Cleave was going to be able to do it. They made so many great plays. You talked
They
about
really
that.
did. That smoke can't get a T1
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that Smoke Gank was huge. The first Roshan contest was...
They have promise.
Yeah,
I think
they do have problems.
It might be another stand-in factor, though.
They don't have a Oh, Yamaha. He was playing with him on Monday last time we saw him.
Oh, he was playing pretty well, though. He
Yeah,
farmed
or
well.
Tuesday, rather. Yeah, I mean, he didn't play too bad.